don't care what papers you have, you are not putting a fence here. Take it down now.
We have every right to be here.
This is city property, and the work is authorized.
I stepped out into cold morning air and almost swallowed a scream. A new metal fence cut across my little sidewalk garden. Posts sunk into wet asphalt crust, padlock shining like a dare. The streetlight still buzzed. Coffee steamed in my hand, then went sour as a tow truck crawled by and the driver laughed. My rosemary and marigold sat trapped like pets at the pound. A paper sign flapped on the gate, blinking under hazard lights. HOA improvement, do not touch. Yesterday, there was only a warning taped to my door at 9:00 p.m. Today, at 6:12 a.m., steel bars. I could smell hot tar and cheap spray paint. I could hear a crow going na 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 from the power line. I stared at the lock, then at the sky, and felt that small click inside that says, this is not happening. Karen lives 3 doors down. She is the board president and moves like a marching band. The note on my door was her voice. Remove the garden within 48 hours for violation. I went to sleep planning to call. I woke up to a fence. Karen fenced my sidewalk garden after 48 hours. Had no idea I'm their city attorney. That is the whole fight in one sentence. Not a secret title. Just the mess. My garden is in the city right of way, the strip between curb and walk that the city maintains, and I keep tidy. It helps bees. It keeps kids from muddy ankles. It helps my head after long days. Now it looked like a cage at the zoo with my name on it. I walked to the gate and tried to reason. You can't fence public land, I said, keeping my voice light. She stood on her porch in a bathrobe, arms folded like a shield. She did not come down. Board vote, she said. Safety, dogs. She told me I had a history of noncompliance. Then she smiled at the padlock like it was a new puppy. I texted the board group chat. No replies. I knocked on 2 neighbor doors. They peeked through curtains and shook their heads. One mouthed sorry. Another held up a baby and whispered, not getting involved. The air felt thin. I smelled someone's toast burning and thought, how is toast winning today and I am not? That was the line in the sand. I promised myself in the air that I would use proper channels only. No cutting locks. No yelling. Just facts. I wrote the date in my pocket notebook. May 3, 2024. I opened my laptop at the kitchen table and started a plan. I lined up photos, emails, and call logs in a binder. I pulled the city code and the plat map. The sidewalk strip is public land. The HOA has no authority over it. Simple. I kept my phrases short because my anger was long. I made a neat row of tabs labeled garden, fence, calls, map, law. I sent a public records request for HOA enforcement letters from the last year. At noon, the file landed with 63 pages. I scanned names and dates and saw my own name too many times. Patterns of false reports can be prosecuted. The payoff started as a meeting invite. Board meeting May 10th at 7:00 p.m. Clubhouse. I RSVP'd and baked cookies because nerves make me bake. I wore a soft blue shirt and carried the binder under my arm like a friendly brick. The room smelled like lemon cleaner and old carpet. People filled chairs, phones tilted up. Karen opened with a speech about standards and stray animals and dangerous plants. She pointed to a slideshow of my marigolds like they were crime photos. I raised my hand. She waved me off, so I stood. I said, board, neighbors, here's the thing. Timeline item 1, April 5 at 4:27 a.m., false trespass call. Timeline item 2, May 1 at 9:00 p.m. Violation notice taped after dark. Timeline item 3, May 3 at 6:12 a.m., private fence installed on public right-of-way. And here's the map from city engineering that shows the line. Also, and I hate this part, I am your city attorney. Silence fell like a dropped plate. Then a whisper wave went through the room. Someone in the back said no way and started recording. You could hear the AC rumble. I laid the plat map on the table, the binder on top, and slid the lock-stamped photo out like a card trick. Karen's jaw did a dance I had never seen. A neighbor snorted. Another laughed into his sleeve and said she fenced the city. The building inspector I invited stepped forward. He tapped the map. He said the fence must be removed today. The police officer next to him said he did not want it to be today at 9:00 p.m. with a bolt cutter. The board's attorney, who had been quiet, coughed and said the phrase unauthorized encroachment. Karen stared at her robe sleeve like it could save her. Phones went up. Comments started flying in the HOA Facebook group and then in the neighborhood app. Someone wrote live court at the clubhouse and added a popcorn emoji. Another posted my marigold photos with the caption most wanted. A high school kid made a meme in 10 minutes with the padlock and the city seal together like a couple. The inspector filled out a notice on a carbon copy pad, his pen squeaking loud. I watched Karen sign. Her hand shook, mascara smudged like a bruise. The board voted 3-2 to comply. The fence crew that had been so fast was suddenly very slow. The gate clanged open. The rosemary breathed. By Monday, the posts were gone, holes patched, and a letter sat on my mat. The board apologized and withdrew all notices. The city invoiced the HOA for removal costs of $730. Karen stepped down as president and took a 6-month break from committees. By choice or not, I do not know. Her last email to the group had 3 words. Lessons were learned. I planted zinnias in the patch where the lock had shadowed the soil. The kids watered them, pockets jiggling with change for the ice cream truck. I shared the cookies I had baked. Peace felt like a screen door closing easy. Please follow for more HOA showdowns like this. Do you think she got what she deserves? Comment below.